Release the Epstein files before Trump erases it all. My name, Santiago D.C. Maria, November 16, 2025. If we sit around twiddling our thumbs while those Epstein files stay locked up tighter than a bank vault during a heist, we're literally gifting Trump endless hours to scrub every mention of his name from page after page, leaving zero proof behind so he can waltz away laughing while the victims he helped silence carry that nightmare baggage until they drop dead. And that's not hyperbole. That's us collectively failing the people who trusted the system to protect them instead of this bloated ego on legs. The administration dragging its feet on releasing this stuff isn't some innocent paperwork delay. It's blatant evidence tampering disguised as protocol, because every day they stall is another day for insiders to redact, destroy, or flat out delete the dirt that connects Trump and his circle of sleaze to Epstein's child trafficking horror show. And seriously, who the fuck is calling the shots here? Some spray-tanned con artist or the laws that are supposed to bind everyone from the janitor to the president without favoritism? This creep didn't slink into office to fix roads or schools or any of that boring governing crap. He bulldozed his way in purely for payback against enemies real and imagined, turning the White House into his personal vendetta headquarters. And the mind-blowing part is that everyone with a badge or a gavel knows it, but still lets him run wild like a toddler with a flamethrower. His own supporters, the ones who chanted his name like it was gospel, are getting stabbed in the back harder than anyone, waking up to empty promises while he siphons billions from public coffers straight into his failing golf courses, overpriced hotels, and the bank accounts of cronies whose names are scribbled all over those sealed Epstein documents, proving this isn't leadership, it's a goddamn looting spree. And we the people, the ones who actually pay taxes and vote and try to live decent lives, were the biggest suckers in this betrayal parade, watching our money vanish to prop up his empire as he guts social programs that keep families from starving or dying from treatable illnesses. Come on, folks need to see doctors without selling a kidney on the black market. They need to put food on the table without choosing between groceries and rent. And now, with his slash-and-burn agenda, healthcare is circling the drain faster than you can say pre-existing condition, leaving millions terrified they'll lose coverage because this idiot prioritizes shielding his criminal ass over basic human decency. What kind of twisted bullshit allows one man's jail-dodging scheme to punish an entire nation, forcing kids to go without meds, elders to skip meals, all so he can play king and feed his corporations that are already drowning in debt from his mismanagement? The top ranks in America, the generals, the judges, the senators who swear oaths to the Constitution, they're all complicit by inaction. Letting this revenge-obsessed clown dismantle democracy piece by piece, while Epstein's victims scream for justice, that's being buried under layers of bureaucratic red tape. Those files aren't some tabloid sideshow. They're a nuclear bomb of truth exposing how the elite trade in human lives like stock options, with Trump right in the middle schmoozing with Epstein, flying on that pedo plane, and now using presidential power to ensure none of it sees daylight. Delaying the release is the same as destroying evidence, giving him and his lackeys time to coordinate cover-ups, intimidate witnesses, or just plain shred documents until there's nothing left but vague rumors and heartbroken survivors wondering why the country chose a predator over them. This administration tampering with what's supposed to be public record is a slap in the face to every American who believes in accountability, because if the laws don't apply to the guy at the top, then what the hell are we even doing pretending this is a republic instead of a banana one run by whichever thug grabs the microphone? Trump's damages hit like a freight train every single day, families bankrupt from medical bills because he wants to repeal protections, veterans losing benefits while he golfs with donors, small businesses crushed under tariffs that only benefit his cronies' imports. And for what, exactly? So he can avoid the orange jumpsuit he so richly deserves. He came to attack, not govern, launching wars on the press, the judiciary, anyone who dares fact-check his lies, and his betrayal of his MAGA base is poetic in its stupidity. They screamed, "Drain the swamp," while he refilled it with Epstein's guest list, enriching the very pedo-enablers they claim to hate. We need health care to survive, not as a luxury for the rich. But this creep's plan is to strip it away entirely, leaving us begging for scraps while he builds walls around his crimes with our tax dollars. Step in already, whoever has the authority, FBI, DOJ, Congress, hell, the military if it comes to that, and remove this walking disaster before he finishes the job of ending us all. The Epstein connections aren't ancient history. They're active threats, with names in those files still pulling strings in government, business, media, ensuring silence while victims relive hell daily. Releasing everything unredacted would shatter the illusion, force resignations, prosecutions, maybe even wake up the brainwashed masses who still defend him despite the betrayal staring them in the face. But no, the powers that be allow him to end us slowly, cutting education so kids grow dumber and more controllable, slashing food stamps so families hunger, dismantling environmental protections so corporations poison us for profit. All to distract from the fact that he's a liability wrapped in a tie. His supporters betrayed. Absolutely promised jobs that vanished, walls that became metaphors, greatness that turned into national embarrassment. But the real betrayal is systemic, letting one failed businessman with a rap sheet longer than a CVS receipt hijack the country for personal gain. Who is the law if it bends for Trump but breaks the rest of us? Tampering with Epstein evidence is treason against justice, giving him time to delete not just digital files but memories, testimonies, lives impacted forever. We can't afford more delays. People are dying without doctors, starving without aid, losing homes because his ego needs protection from the truth. This isn't about politics anymore. It's survival against a creep who punishes us for his crimes, enriches his circle of Epstein-listed scum, and laughs while America burns. Remove him, release the files, or admit we're done as a nation of laws. The victims failed by silence deserve better than watching their abuser play president. We all do. His revenge tour has gone on long enough, betraying supporters who now face the same ruin as his enemies, taking from the poor to give to his rich cronies, all while healthcare evaporates and basic needs become privileges. Step up, end this nightmare, because if we fail them again by letting those pages vanish, we're complicit in the cover-up, and history will judge us as the generation that chose a criminal over justice. I just want to thank you all, like, share, and follow to stay connected. I am Santiago del Carmen Maria, the Queen of Crowning Thoughts, because I say it like it is. Copyright 2025, independent writer, Crowning Thoughts truth speaker, AI video content creator, writer, blogger, Santiago DC. Maria. All rights reserved.